Alright guys, so before we get into this video real fast, comment today coming in from Trooper Williams, who actually was nice enough to go ahead and help you guys out. Last video, I made a mistake and said that there was 10 weeks of loyalty tokens for the replay players. It was actually 17. I said 10 because I recorded the video like 3 times and my brain was all messed up. But shout out to my man here because he's actually a really cool dude, and he went ahead and posted that down below for you guys in case, you know, there was any kind of issues. I saw another person comment that too, so I appreciate it very much. Guys, we have a like goal for this video. Can we smash 75 likes? Hit the like button down below if you want to go ahead and help us smash that goal. And finally, question of the day: what's your day one roster going to look like based on, you know, what players you're going to pick and all that kind of good stuff? So starting off right away, this is what my day one Madden 19 Ultimate Team roster will look like. So starting off right away, we have Sam Darnold, Saquon Barkley, Calvin Ridley, Brandon Cooks, we have Hayden Hurst, we have Quentin Nelson. Going down, we have Glover Quinn, we have the guy from the Cowboys, we have Roquan Smith, we have Von Miller, Derwin James, Demarcus Lawrence, Bradley Chubb, Ward, and Woodson. So if you guys are not aware of what this is actually is coming from, first off, we have the 10 rookie premier players I completed. Obviously, Hayden Hurst, Quentin Nelson, Saquon Barkley, Sam Darnold, all these guys right here. And then the next one is the pre-order bonus. So from the pre-order bonus, you get to choose one guaranteed elite player. So let me go ahead and show you. So you get one guaranteed elite player from this list if you do pre-order either version of Madden 19. Now, of course, from this list right here, I went ahead and chose Von Miller just because based on the positions that are available on that list, there is no position maybe other than wide receiver that I could really use on my team because of all these spots being filled. Now, he is only an 80 overall, but I said this before, guys, Madden 19 pass rush is so freaking important. So that's very, very important. Now, based on the loyalty promo right here, we learned about this yesterday. I went ahead and chose my players based on spots I had open. So, of course, I have played the last 3 years of Madden, so I will be getting 3 to 5 players here. Now, I couldn't choose Jimmy Graham because I already had a tight end in Hayden Hurst. I couldn't choose, Zach Brown, because I already had Roquan Smith. So I had to go ahead and choose the only other 3 options, which was Brandon Cooks, Demarcus Lawrence, and Glover Quinn. Now, with the fact that pass rush being so important, Demarcus Lawrence is going to help out a lot. Brandon Cooks should have some really good speed. And finally, Glover Quinn, which just came down to the fact I had a spot open and I wanted to go ahead and fill that spot. And again, our final piece is Rod Woodson. Now, looking at the, GOAT players we have for next year, I didn't want to choose Terrell Davis. Saquon Barkley should be a very, very nice day one running back to help me out. Terrell Owens would have been a nice piece to add to my team, but I already have Calvin Ridley and Brandon Cooks. Even though Brandon Cooks is only going to be 83 overall, it's still, day one is going to be pretty nice to have on the squad. I could add Terrell Owens, but I'd rather, kind of strengthen my secondary rather than add another piece, a third receiver to my offense. Because you have to keep in mind, guys, day one, obviously I'm going to have, probably 20 loyalty tokens, and I'm going to be able to get 2 elite players for free, plus other stuff like you do get 12 fantasy packs for pre-owning Madden 19. So I'm going to get all that kind of stuff added to my account already. So it's just, there's no real point in my opinion to not just go ahead and say, all right, I'm just going to get, I'm just going to strengthen one position on my field. I'm not going Dan Marino. I'm not going slow quarterback. I'm not going Brian Urlacher just because I do have Roquan Smith. And again, Terrell Owens would be a very nice piece to have, but at the same time, I'd rather strengthen my secondary. Another thing is because you can upgrade these players throughout the year, the GOAT players, I want to upgrade Rod Woodson, completely max him out, and he should be a really good, solid cornerback for me. And if Denzel Ward does amazing next year, this could be a really good, building piece for my team throughout the whole entire year. So, for example, if Ward keeps getting upgrades because he is just blowing it away with the Browns, and then Rod Woodson, if the GOAT upgrades actually go past 90, hopefully, he could actually be a really good piece of my team also. So I could literally have 2 solid shutdown corners maybe throughout the whole entire year, which I really like the idea. I feel like there's always Cornerbacks, I feel like wide receivers and corners are always what costs the most. And I feel like Calvin Ridley's going to have a good year. Obviously, Brandon Cooks will, not be on my team past, like, probably a couple months. But it's still a nice little piece to add to the puzzle. And again, for example, Von Miller, he's going to be 80 overall, which would mean he'll probably have no speed at all. But he'll probably still have some kind of pass rushing ability. So it should help me out and be able to help me get, to the quarterback a little bit. So with that in mind, guys, tell me down below, what's your MUT 19 day one lineup looking like? Obviously, I have almost every single spot filled right here. All I have to do is add the offensive line, add the wide receiver and the fullback, and of course add some D tackle and some more corners. And I should be honestly fine day one to go online and have fun and play, pretty well. Now, of course, with this, I do also get 12 gold team fantasy packs and 2 custom uniforms. So those 12 gold team fantasy packs, all I'm looking for would be just a better offensive line other than Nelson. These 4 other positions, better offensive line, backup tight end, some good receivers, a fullback, a halfback, a backup middle linebacker, good corners, and good D tackle, and a kicker and punter, of course. That's all I looked for. So definitely very excited about how they really geared this year when it came to adding stuff for next year. I like the loyalty promo. I think it was a great promo, and I also really like the fact that they're giving away, obviously every year, an 80 overall base elite that helps us out plenty. Now, I don't think they're going to do this next year, but I want to mention this anyway. In previous years, not last year, but in previous years, they have done stuff where they give away, like, for example, if you did MUT Master, you got that card, that player, in the next year's game as an 85 overall. Do I think they would do that? Probably not. But I'm not going to lie, if we could get that, like, for example, let's say this is an 85 overall Sean Taylor, I wouldn't choose Glover Quinn. I wouldn't choose a second free safety. Now, of course, at the same time, I believe you will get this fantasy pack once you load into the game. So I probably wouldn't choose him. I would probably go ahead and go back, and I'd probably choose Zach Brown. I'll probably choose Zach Brown just to go ahead and double up on linebacker, because 2 tight ends, it's nice to have, but it's not really that, crazy necessary to get. And again, if they did do that with Sean Taylor, with MUT Master, we might also get the same thing with Night Train Lane, which I just don't even want to push the idea too far, because I doubt this would ever happen, I just want to go ahead and mention it because this has happened in the past. I believe, hang on, let me go ahead and check. Did it happen in MUT 17? Let's see. Tom Brady. Let me show you. Tom Brady. Right here. So this is actually what happened in MUT 17. This is exactly what I'm talking about. If you did MUT Master in MUT 16, you got this in MUT 17, which was Tom Brady MUT Master reward. I believe this was, not MUT Master. I believe this was MUT Master, but his loyalty edition. And that's something that, again, I don't think we're going to get this year, but if we did, and we got that, like, Sean Taylor, for example, that would be such a nice piece to have next year, start off day one. And especially if you got, like, Sean Taylor and maybe, Night Train Lane, that would be really freaking dope. I don't know if they did that with Deion Sanders. I'm not sure if they did that with Deion. Did they? Ultimate Freeze. Okay, doesn't look like they did it with Deion Sanders. I'm not sure how many players they actually did that with. I know they did with a couple players, but I'm not sure how many players they did that with. So, again, we'll have to wait and see what they end up doing. We'll probably find out some information. And last but not least, before I end this video, I want to talk about one last thing. And that's going to be, I saw a lot of people talking about the pre-order bonus. And a lot of people, the pre-ordering the game. And a lot of people have been talking about, like, free copies of Madden. So, first off, let me explain it real fast. I've explained it a million times, but just for people who are not understanding. The free copies of Madden comes from MUT Rewards. You have to sign up for MUT Rewards. And EA, every year so far, except I don't know if they're going to do it this year, but they've done it every year, they give out free copies to random people from MUT Rewards. It's kind of like the beta program. Remember the beta program? It's the same concept, but it's through MUT Rewards. And they give out a free copy. Now, in previous years, they have done it through the mail, where they go ahead and send you a copy of that through the mail. Last year, they did it through they did it through email, through your MUT Rewards email. That's how they did it last year. Now, will they do it again this year? We have to wait and see with that. The reason why they do it through the mail, through the email and not the mail like FedEx, is because they want to do it international. So it's not just people in the United States, it's anyone around the world could receive this email and be able to get free Madden. So that's why they do it. Now, in previous years, they did it 2 weeks before Madden came out. So you had some time to play the game or cancel a pre-order if you really needed to. That's no longer a thing. Now, based on last year, they gave me the copy of the free game last year 8 hours before the actual game came out. So a day before Madden came out. I believe it was actually a day before. Yeah, it was literally the day before the actual GOAT edition came out. So will they do that again? We have to wait and see. But that is what free Madden is. And again, I know a lot of people have been like, oh, should I pre-order the game? Should I not? You can pre-order a game up to the very last second before it's released. If it's not released in the actual release, you can always pre-order it. Another thing I realized last year was you could buy the GOAT edition last year and not pre-order it. You could go to a store like Target, Best Buy, Walmart, and buy the GOAT edition. You didn't have to pre-order it. There's no point to pre-order games, it seems like. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, and again, that of course doesn't mean digitally. It means that you can't pre-order it actually, you can't get it digitally if you don't pre-order it. But nonetheless, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions on who you're going to choose for your day one lineup. Who is your day one lineup? And finally, what's your opinions on free Madden? Do you think we're gonna get it this year or not? Peace out, guys.